Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today I want to quickly show you the behavior of OneDrive, or rather accessing OneDrive through Teams. Alright, so there has been of late some issues some users and customers globally are experiencing in regards to OneDrive for Business accessed through Microsoft Teams. So here I am logged into a particular tenant of mine. It's actually a demo tenant. I'm currently logged in as the global admin on this particular tenancy, and basically, um, just to show you, so this is the user. So I'm logged in here and as you can see, so it's just a demo tenant. And then if I come to billings so that you can see the subscriptions that are on running here, you can see it's E E5 trial and E3 demo. And so if I navigate to OneDrive for business for this particular user, immediately you can see that I have access to it. However, if I do go to Microsoft Teams, if I do go to Microsoft Teams of this user on the web as well as the desktop application, we observe an interesting behavior to this. We see 404 file not found. All right. So this means that it's not accessible. All right. And whenever we see 404 not found, it means that something has been deleted. All right. uh, so it could be still within retention. All right, so it's not in an active state. What could be the cause of this? All right, so we need to verify if there is consistency both with the web application and the client application. So here I am. I'm also logged in as the same user, and you can see that I'm also getting the same consistency with the error. However, if I switch to a different tenant, because when we're troubleshooting, we want to verify that there is this behavior is not general, all right, across the entire Microsoft data centers globally. Apparently, for the vast majority of my experience working as 7 hours a support cloud support engineer to Microsoft 365 solutions, specifically in the area of SharePoint Online, OneDrive for Business, as well as identity management. We do understand that there are certain default behaviors with these technologies as time has grown. And one specific thing that we observe, which I put in one of my videos, I would like you to go and watch it. It's titled 5 Things You Need to Know About Microsoft 365. We said that the first one has to do with that it is license driven. All right, so most things that you are trying to integrate or you're trying to interact with in Microsoft 365 has to do with license. All right. Now, of late, there has been some more robust integrations across all the applications. OneDrive and Teams, inclusive of SharePoint, have in the last 6 months been heavily, integrated with a lot of other applications, and that's because of r- robust rob- the robust architecture and framework that SharePoint and OneDrive has. Remember that I taught you guys before in one of my videos that OneDrive is driven by SharePoint framework. All right, and both of them are cloud storages or cloud repositories. In other words, there are applications that use these two applications as a storage medium. One of those applications that use it as a storage medium is Microsoft Teams. And that means that where you store your Teams charts, your group Teams charts, your collaborations, and all that on Teams is saved in SharePoint. In other words, we can access the same team you create in Microsoft Teams in SharePoint environment or SharePoint ecosystem. Okay. All right. So I would like you to go watch all my videos, subscribe to my channel, you leave me a comment to know if my videos are helpful to you in one way or the other. And I'll really appreciate it. And thanks to a lot of you who have already subscribed and leave comments for me. And please note that the videos that I put out are as a result of people reaching out to me uh, to talk about or to enlighten them on one or two areas. Okay, so please do leave a comment if you want me to do a video on the different areas. I will truly appreciate that, my friends. So let us switch to a different tenant, and here we go. I've switched to a different tenant. um just a second. So so this is a particular tenant, and it's also a trial demo tenant, right? So if I navigate to billing to see the products that I have active on here, you notice that it's actually the same with the one that I showed you previously. All right, so let me see if I can do a side by side with both of them. Okay, so you can see basically that it's pretty much the same, but yeah, good. So I'm going to minimize this help and support widget, and then I would bring up this one as well. All right, and then we move it side by side, guys. Okay, so oops, sorry. Yeah, so I'm running on a VM. I'm actually running a VM here. So all right, so this is the same. You can see product from Microsoft and others. So this is one tenant and this is another tenant. Okay, now if I decide to do the same test to confirm if all the users within the tenant OneDrive for Business from their respective Microsoft teams, this is the outcome we get. So first of all, I'm going to start with this tenant. The user that I'm going to will be this user. All right, so this user's name is Debbie. I've logged into office.com on a different web profile, and then I switch to Teams on the web and I navigate to OneDrive. The moment I do that, I immediately get the same error message as a regular user on the same tenant. All right, so I'll do the same with the other tenant. And then when I switch, I log into office.com as Adobe, and then I go to Teams and then I click on OneDrive. And immediately we see that for I can access OneDrive via Teams as a regular user. I can even go ahead and create a file or folder. Should I want to do that? So if I click on add new and Excel, just give it a name, demo, and then create. If I open, I'll just refresh to reflect that. If I open, oops, okay, I'll just refresh. If I open OneDrive for this particular user, we should see that Excel file that I created, right? So let's do that. I'll click on the app launcher and open OneDrive. So I'm on OneDrive and I go to files, my files, and you can see demo and test. Absolutely brilliant. Now I'm going to try to switch again to the other user. That's Debbie. So you can see Debbie here doesn't have access to OneDrive via her Teams. But if I go to OneDrive on the web for the same user, excuse me, she has access to a OneDrive. So it's not a case that the OneDrive is deleted. Now I'm going to switch to the desktop client as well. So currently the desktop client, I'm logged in as the administrator of the tenant that cannot access OneDrive via Teams. Okay. And should I decide to add another user to the desktop client to just test that both web and web and both web and client application work perfectly, the outcome will pretty much be the same. So let me just pick the name. Mhm. It's quite a long name here. So let me just put that and then type the remaining dot on Microsoft. Yes, I've not added the custom domain yet to it. I'll do that later on. And then I sign in. I have MFA enabled and forced. Okay, it's adding it. You can see I'm logged into two profiles. Okay, good. It's switched. And then if I click on OneDrive, and immediately this is what you should see pop up if it's the first time you're doing that. And I brilliantly have access to OneDrive. Now, this is my observation. My observation would be, in case of people who are experiencing this, is when do check if your license has expired. Now, should in case you have renewed your license, then you should go and reprovision your license. I'll quickly show you how to do that. That is, you would do this on the tenants. If you have multiple tenants or on your organization or you're managing multiple tenants, you would do this on the tenant that has the issue. In this case, I'm going to switch now just to show you guys how to reprovision. Now, if I come to the tenant that has the issue, I'm going to expand this now for better visibility. You can see that it has expired. In other words, is it that I would have to now proceed in purchasing this license no longer as a trial, but as a full production license, all right, or I just abandon it. Now, in the case where you do not abandon yours or you have renewed your subscription, what you would need to do would be to go to Entra ID via your Microsoft 365 Admin Center, click on Identity, which I just did, and log in with your global admin of that specific affected tenant. In this case, it will be this particular user. So this would take us to Entra ID, which was formerly called Azure Active Directory. Okay. All right. So from here, we navigate to user. Look for the user. All right. This is one way, guys. So just look for the user. So for example, click on this user and I select licenses, and there you see reprovision. I reprocess rather. So I reprocess it, reprocessing license. Now you only would do this in a case where you have renewed your subscription and it's still giving that issue. Okay. All right. Hope you get that. So I hope this was helpful. Please do subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate you guys for the encouragement. I promise to remain consistent in putting up videos. I would like to inform you that in a couple of 1 week, I'm going to have a live demo where I would show you guys how to basically set up an Active Directory. Okay, I want to make it a live session, so I'll put a form in the description below so that you can access that particular. You can register for it. All right, and then we'll have the live session on YouTube. All right, so please, I would really appreciate your support. You can, it's free, so just come on, come support, subscribe. All right, click on the bell notification so that you will be notified once I start. All right, once again, thank you so much, and do have a beautiful day.